put that there. Because, you know, that, yeah. I can take it off. Take it off. Take it off, you know. It's up to you if you want to get nightmares or not. So, go ahead or go. Sure. Yeah. Positive. Okay, cool. This is Nazi and welcome back to another moment with me. Okay, so today's video is inspired by this young lady right there, and well done, she has passed her 100 subscribers on her way to one plenty. So yes, go like, share, subscribe. If I could do it, cause kinda get in trouble, you know, I clumsy, yeah. You know now. So yes, if you could, I would leave the link down below in the description box. You don't know what to say that? I say it. So yes, I'll leave the link in the description box and you will go and subscribe and like her video. Yes. Okay, so today's video is going to be my story. My story. My story. Yes. So growing up, I would say really not a bed of roses for me. I don't know how much people experience this, but yes, I'm not doing this out of pity or whatever. I'm doing this to help somebody, and if all the thing calling need help, as long as it's from Trinidad and Tobago, my Instagram is right there. I will see. I am not a pro, you know, to help all you, to get people to help all you, you know, like that, because I thought that nobody could not help me. I was trying to help myself. Although, you know, being like 5 come up to 10, you know, those age, I was back and forth from my mother to my father, from my mother to my father. Reason being, because once he wants us, we go. Then when things go wrong, so yes, having step parents for me growing up wasn't really a yeah, because there was never the right ones to fall on my lap. They were always, you know. So yes, so being back and forth, and on top of that, having to move from home to home to home. You could say I lived the whole of Trinidad, but yet still I know nowhere in Trinidad. Well, you know, apart from ask me to travel Trinidad, ask me to give you directions from northeast, west, south, I would lose you and myself. So yes, and then from school to school, it was kind of hard because one, you had to constantly be making new friends, you had to get accustomed to an environment, and that was real tiring, right? I went to like, let's say like about 6 or 7 or somewhere different primary school. Thank the Lord, I went to one secondary school, and that was up. I went from beginning to end. And then going to school, you was never sure to go to school the other day. You was never sure to go to school for a whole week. You know? Life with my father, the relationship with the both of us was not on point. You know, it was like going straight. It was falling into a never-ending pit. She was like, you know, that was kind of heartbroken, because who girl would not want the father in their life, right? So yes, and I was kind of taking on that, and on top of that, the church I used to go to, a rumor started to spread about me, and I was like, really? And I was shocked. I was very shocked, because I was like, I really do that? I didn't do it, eh? I was like, I really do that? You know, and the fact that people was believing it, yeah, it kind of break my heart. And on top of all of that, I was just depressed about the whole fact that the rumor was about somebody who called themselves, well, who say the word, you know, more or less a father figure or something. The pressure of my father not being there, and then the mistake that my mother made, I was kind of taking it on. I am over it. I am over with my father too. We good. Probably mightn't talk every day, whole day, but we Gucci. So yes, the fact that I was taking on that, I was taking on. Then my sister, she come and she just leave me. The one who I went through everything with, she just came and she ups and she go. Anyways, that come on my past, you know. I wouldn't call it a depression stage because I never went anywhere for anybody to diagnose me with depression or, you know. So I don't know if it was depression. If it was depression, then okay, it is gone. So yes, being in all of that, having to go through all of that, I end up doing self-harm. I started doing self-harm. I know comes in me thinking that okay, because I had so much of anger in me, I had so much of self-hate because I was like, you know, things happen because of my fault and certain things happen and I could have stopped it from happening and I didn't, but I was only small. So I come to realization that it's not really my fault, but yes. So yes, me thinking that it was okay and it would really help me, I started doing self-harm. It's not the right thing to do. It don't make your problems go away. The most it does do is if you're vexed at the time and you cut yourself, it might feel good, but at the end of the day, it hurts, you know. It's not really something to do. One, you're marking up the Lord's body that He blessed you with. He never bring you on this earth for you to be cutting up yourself. You know, I wasn't full blown suicidal, but at the point I was like, you know, if I cut myself, then one day it might go deep, and you know, by accident, it might go as deep and touch a vein, and oh well, I'll bleed to that, and all this pain, all this everything will just be over with, right? It did not happen, thank God. And yeah, I was feeling like I was this close to going crazy. I was feeling like I was that close to just running in front of a bus, running in, you know, committing suicide. So after feeling like a rotten egg, about some months after I came home, someone was placed into my life and things started to go better. Like happiness just had a fall in place on top of like everything that I was going through from the past, all the happiness that was extracted, it just come and started falling into place, and you know, I started back to go to church, I started back to pray, I started back to stop having, and apart from all of that I was insecure about myself, right? Because sis have no butt. Sis started to get fat. From this figure to this figure was draining. But to me, because I always thought that I don't want to get fat, I am not going to get fat. And sis came and sis put on size looking like a whole pack of Cheetos. But yes, after that, I'm not saying that because of him everything fall, because of him life started to go good and without him I would be nothing. What I'm trying to say is that I find because of him coming into my life, things start to go how it should go. Meaning that from first I was going to church, yes, in a spiritual Baptist church. But as I said, something happened while going to church. And even before that, I was afraid and still is afraid of the spiritual Baptists. Although they are good, they are okay. You know, it's only some of them who spoil the name for everyone for the rest, right? But it nothing really wrong with the spiritual Baptist church. Don't bash me. Right. And you know, even now I was going to church then, it's like the person talking, he's sharing the word, but I wasn't soaking in nothing. I wasn't, cause I was in an environment that I was afraid to be in, you know. So it wasn't really all, you know. I was uncomfortable Because at first I used to go to Pentecostal church. Then I just leave the Pentecostal church and went to a Baptist church. And you know, the whole setting again, as I say, the environment just shift and change. And it wasn't my type. It wasn't my style. So yes. So after he came into my life, I started to go another church, which is like a good while after. And apart from that, he started to teach me certain things. He started to show me certain things that I never thought exist. I never thought love exists. I never thought happiness exists. I wouldn't say I never thought God exists, but I was starting to not believe it. I was losing faith. I was losing belief. I was losing everything, you know. And like since he came, and I started to go to church that I was actually comfortable in, which is a Pentecostal settings, you know, and all of that. I started back praying. Prayer is something, you know. Prayer is something. The happiness started to grow. Things started to fall in place. I started to learn things that I didn't know about myself. Although, you know, now and then it got flashback to you because I'm still in the process of sewing up a few wounds, you know. So yes. So from then, like being able to understand certain things, being able to get back closer with God, all of that started to, you know, all of that started to heal me. I started to learn to forgive because in the past I was like, I pray now and I say I forgive, but really and truly it's like me saying it but my heart don't mean it. And now I learn to say it and mean it. You know, they say forgive and forget. According to my aunt, you could forgive but will never forget, because that is part of the brain. That is part of how the brain have to work to almost never forget, although you'll forget sometimes. Anyways, so you know now and then it will be flashing back, you know, things, and you know it's like you'll start back feeling the same way I was feeling, but then you'll pull yourself out of it because you know how it was. So yes, happy where I am, although I am not where I am to be yet, but I am quite and very much happy. So yes, and the message at the end of this video is that no matter which part it is in life, no matter what you're feeling at the moment, if it's not feeling right, if you're feeling suicidal, if you're feeling, you know, one cutting yourself will never solve a problem. Doing self-harm and anything will never solve a problem. Suicide will never solve a problem. Praying would solve the problem. Finding help would solve the problem. Going to God would solve the problem. Instead of staying by yourself and talking by yourself, that would not really be good. So yes, if you need help, I'll try my best, the very best, to make a step that you are afraid to make, that you are, you know. So don't be afraid to ask for help, because asking for help will move you from down there to touching the sky, you know. Just that one step, by just taking it first, just by raising your foot to go for the help, that alone is shooting you up, shooting you to success, shooting you to, you know. So yes, it don't matter which part it is, it don't matter what you're going through now, it don't matter who don't like you now, who will never like you, it just don't matter, because they cannot get you to where you want to be. They cannot. The only person that you have to worry if they don't like you is God. It don't matter if it's relatives, it don't matter if it's friends, it don't matter if it was your best friend, it just don't matter. As long as it's not God, then you're going good. Before you do anything, make sure and think God go be pleased with that. And if you think that he wouldn't be, don't do it, right? So it don't really matter who like you from who don't like you, because there were many people who did not like Jesus, and he was savage anyway. He did what he had to do and still is doing what he has to do, although plenty of people does not like him. Again, be you and not try to be me or try to be her or try to be him. Be yourself. Make yourself be your own role model. Set a goal for yourself. I hope this video was not really entertaining because I stand up in a spot since she was a baby. Yeah. So yes, I hope you guys have another moment with me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend and let the trend continue to go on. So I'll see you guys in another moment with me. Bye.